Under the relentless sun, Jesus sits serenely on a small hill, an oasis of calm in the vast, dusty expanse. A large crowd gathers around him, their faces upturned, etched with anticipation and longing. The sun beats down, casting long, stark shadows that dance across the parched earth. Every eye is fixed on Jesus, a beacon of hope in their sun-weathered faces. A palpable sense of hope hangs in the air, as heavy and tangible as the dust swirling around their feet. Amidst the bustling crowd, a lawyer rises, his expression marked by skepticism. He stands tall, a figure of doubt against the backdrop of expectant faces. His eyes scan the room, searching for the truth hidden beneath layers of words. A subtle frown deepens, hinting at the challenges he anticipates. The weight of responsibility settles upon his shoulders as he prepares to speak. He is ready to challenge everything, his stance firm with resolve. Amidst the pressing crowd, a lawyer advances, his eyes fixed intently on Jesus. The air vibrates with a palpable sense of anticipation, every face turned towards the unfolding exchange. The lawyer's voice cuts through the crowd, posing a question of profound importance. "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" the lawyer asks, his words hanging in the still air. All eyes remain on Jesus, awaiting his response to the lawyer's weighty question. A solitary figure walks along a dusty road, heat shimmering above the parched earth. Jesus stops, his gaze drawn to a man standing by the roadside, hope flickering in his eyes. A gentle smile dawns on Jesus' face, radiating warmth and compassion. The man looks up, his expression a mixture of weariness and curiosity. Sunlight bathes the scene as Jesus prepares to speak, his presence a beacon of light. A moment of quiet anticipation hangs in the air, the world holding its breath. Under the relentless sun, a dusty road stretches into the horizon, baking under the oppressive heat. A lone figure, Jesus, stands resolute, his presence a stark contrast to the desolate landscape. Patience radiates from him as he waits, a silent beacon in the overwhelming stillness of the scene. His voice cuts through the silence, a gentle question posed to the unseen. "What is written in the law? What do you read there?" Amidst the vibrant chaos of a bustling crowd, a lawyer stands tall, his presence commanding attention. His voice, clear and resonant, cuts through the noise, carrying the weight of conviction. "The law is this: love God and love your neighbor as yourself," he proclaims, his words echoing. The crowd stirs, contemplating the profound simplicity of his message in the heart of the city. Under the relentless sun, a dusty road stretches into the horizon, shimmering with heat. Jesus nods, his gaze holding a profound depth, a gentle smile softening his features. His words carry the weight of ancient wisdom, echoing in the stillness of the day. "You have answered correctly," Jesus says, his voice calm yet resonant. A hopeful promise hangs in the air, a path illuminated by divine guidance. "Do this, and you will live," he concludes, the essence of life and salvation intertwined in his decree. The crowd buzzes with anticipation, a sea of faces turn toward the unfolding drama. Amidst the murmuring, the lawyer stands firm, his brow furrowed in concentration. His intense gaze sweeps across the onlookers, searching for a flicker of truth. A pregnant pause hangs in the air as he poses the pivotal question. "And who is my neighbor?" he asks, his voice cutting through the ambient noise. Under the desert sun, Jesus halts on the dusty road, his face calm, a beacon of serenity in the desolate landscape. He pauses, collecting his thoughts, the desert wind whispering around him. His voice rings out, clear and strong, carrying across the barren expanse, ready to tell a parable. "A man was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho," Jesus begins, his words painting a vivid scene. Under the relentless sun, a lone figure begins their journey on the twisting Jerusalem road. The traveler's silhouette cuts against the stark, rocky terrain, a solitary soul against an ancient backdrop. Dust devils dance around their feet as they navigate the barren landscape, each step measured and weary. The road stretches endlessly ahead, a symbol of trials and a testament to enduring faith. Silence blankets the scene, broken only by the crunch of gravel, a stark reminder of the desolate world. On the dusty Jerusalem road, an ambush erupts as menacing figures brandishing crude weapons emerge from behind the weathered rocks. The robbers descend upon the unsuspecting traveler, their faces hardened with cruel intent. A storm of violence unleashed. Steel flashes under the harsh sun as the bandits strike, their attacks swift and brutal, a dance of desperation and greed. The traveler, caught off guard, is overwhelmed by the sudden onslaught, a lone figure against a merciless tide of avarice. On the dusty Jerusalem road, the robbers descend like shadows, their faces hardened with grim intent. With ruthless efficiency, they strip the traveler of his simple clothes and a meager pouch, symbols of a life now threatened. Fists connect with flesh, a brutal assault that leaves the traveler defenseless against the merciless onslaught. Blood stains the parched earth as the robber's violence peaks, leaving the traveler broken and near death. A bloodied heap lies abandoned on the roadside, a stark testament to the robber's cruel indifference. Dust swirls around the injured man, his groans swallowed by the vast, silent road. The sun blazes, an unforgiving eye in the sky, baking the earth, and the man collapsed upon it. Barely conscious, he lies prone, a stark figure against the ancient, weathered stones. Each shallow breath is a struggle, a desperate plea lost in the heat-soaked air. His parched lips move, forming silent words of pain and fading hope. The road stretches endlessly, a path to salvation or oblivion under the relentless sun. Under the harsh sun on the Jerusalem road, a lone figure appears in the distance, a priest, his robes flowing in the wind. A desperate plea cuts through the silence as a wounded man lies prone, his voice a mere whisper against the vast landscape. "Help me," he croaks, his words barely audible, a last-ditch effort for salvation on the desolate path. The priest continues his approach, seemingly oblivious to the suffering nearby, his path unwavering. The wounded man strains, his eyes fixed on the approaching figure, hope flickering amidst the pain and dust. On the dusty Jerusalem road, a lone figure lies injured, a stark testament to misfortune. A priest appears, his robes flowing as he approaches the wounded man, but his eyes dart away, unable to meet the gaze of suffering. He averts his eyes, choosing the opposite side of the road, his steps quickening. The priest hurries past, leaving the injured man alone in his desperate plight. On the dusty Jerusalem road, hope flickers as another figure emerges. A Levite, the injured man's weary eyes lift slightly, a silent plea etched on his bloodied face. The Levite approaches cautiously, his expression unreadable as he assesses the scene. Will compassion triumph, or will the injured man be left to his fate on this desolate road? On the dusty Jerusalem road, the Levite pauses, his gaze drawn to the injured figure sprawled helplessly on the roadside. A flicker of thought crosses his face, a brief moment of decision hanging in the air. He deliberately chooses to veer away, the sound of his footsteps fading into the distance. His back recedes, leaving the injured man alone under the harsh sun, a silent testament to his choice. On the dusty Jerusalem road, an injured man lies helpless, his breath shallow and ragged under the unforgiving sun. Hope drains from his eyes as the relentless heat beats down, each gasp a testament to his fading strength. Utterly alone, his pained gasps are the only sound in the vast silence, amplifying his isolation. The road stretches endlessly, a stark reminder of his abandonment and the brutal indifference of the landscape. Under the relentless Jerusalem sun, a lone figure emerges on the dusty road, his Samaritan garb stark against the arid landscape. The traveler moves with unwavering purpose, each step measured and deliberate. Beside him, a loyal donkey trudges along, its steady pace a testament to their shared journey. Dust swirls around their feet, kicked up by their passage, painting a path through the desolate terrain. The air shimmers with heat, blurring the horizon and amplifying the sense of isolation. The figure continues his journey, a solitary silhouette against the vast, unforgiving backdrop of the Jerusalem road. On the dusty Jerusalem road, a lone figure lies wounded, a stark image of vulnerability against the harsh landscape. A Samaritan appears, his eyes widening as he takes in the scene of suffering before him. He halts abruptly, his face a canvas of immediate, profound compassion. The Samaritan's expression reflects a deep empathy, a silent acknowledgement of shared humanity. Compassion etches deep lines into his face, a visible response to the wounded man's plight. He is moved by the sight, a pivotal moment of decision unfolding in his compassionate gaze. On the dusty Jerusalem road, a figure kneels, casting a shadow of mercy. The Samaritan gently examines the injured man, his touch careful and compassionate. Dusty sunlight falls upon the scene, highlighting the stark contrast of suffering and care. The air is still, save for the soft rustle of nearby olive trees. A silent vow to heal hangs in the air as the Samaritan tends to the wounded traveler. Along the dusty Jerusalem road, a scene of profound compassion unfolds. The Samaritan kneels beside the injured man, his face etched with concern. With tender hands, he pours oil onto the raw, open wounds, his touch gentle and soothing. The oil glistens, a balm against the harsh reality of the road. Wine follows, cleansing and easing the injured man's suffering. Each movement is deliberate, filled with care and a quiet resolve to heal. Under the relentless sun on the Jerusalem road, hands work diligently, bandaging wounds with clean cloth. The stark white of the bandage starkly contrasts against the weathered skin, a silent testament to resilience. Each wrap is a careful act of mending, a quiet defiance against the harsh landscape and lingering pain. The cloth absorbs the blood, a stark reminder of the ordeal. Yet a symbol of healing begins, a solemn promise in each careful movement to mend and protect against the backdrop of the ancient road. Dusty road stretches towards Jerusalem as the Samaritan tends to the injured man with gentle hands. He carefully lifts the man, supporting his weight with strong, reassuring arms. The donkey stands patiently, sensing the gravity of the moment. With a final hoist, the injured man is safely mounted, his face etched with pain and gratitude. The Samaritan adjusts the man's position, ensuring his comfort during the arduous journey ahead. A silent promise of care and protection passes between them under the unforgiving sun. Beneath the relentless sun, a lone Samaritan walks, guiding his donkey along the ancient, dusty road to Jerusalem. Heat shimmers above the path, blurring the horizon as long shadows stretch and distort, painting the earth. Each step raises a plume of dust, a testament to the journey's arduousness and the land's timelessness. The air hangs heavy and still, amplifying the solitude of their travel under the vast, indifferent sky. Under the cloak of night, a small, humble inn glows with a warm, inviting light, a beacon in the darkness. The Samaritan arrives, his figure silhouetted against the moonlit road, a promise of aid in his every step. He gently supports an injured man, guiding him towards the inn's welcoming embrace, a silent vow of care. The injured man leans heavily on the Samaritan, his pain etched deeply into his weary face. Together, they cross the threshold, leaving the harsh night behind for the promise of sanctuary within. The inn's door closes softly behind them, a silent sentinel guarding the newfound peace and hope within. In the soft lamplight, the Samaritan dabs the injured man's forehead, his touch gentle against the pallor. He unwraps the bloodied bandages, revealing a deep gash that speaks of a brutal encounter. With furrowed brow, the Samaritan cleans the wound, his focus unwavering in the dimly lit room. Throughout the long night, he offers comfort and water, a silent guardian against the man's labored breaths. Morning light floods the humble inn, motes of dust swirling in golden rays. The Samaritan, clad in worn travel clothes, methodically gathers his few possessions. He moves with a quiet purpose, a sense of resolve etched in his features. The innkeeper stands behind the weathered counter, watching with a knowing gaze. A silent exchange hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken farewells. The Samaritan approaches the counter, ready to step back into the world. Inside the dimly lit inn, a Samaritan places 2 silver coins into the innkeeper's weathered hand. The coins shimmer softly, catching the faint light, a promise of care in the quiet exchange. "Take care of him," the Samaritan says, his voice resonating with earnest concern. The innkeeper's gaze flickers, a silent acknowledgement of the weighty responsibility accepted. "If it costs more, I will pay you when I return," the Samaritan adds, a solemn vow hanging in the air. The Samaritan's words echo, a beacon of hope in the rustic setting. Dawn breaks over the inn as the Samaritan prepares to depart, his silhouette framed against the rising sun. He casts one last look at the injured man, entrusting him to the care of the innkeeper. The innkeeper nods solemnly, a silent promise to watch over the vulnerable soul. With a resolute expression, the Samaritan turns away, his journey calling him onward. He strides purposefully down the dusty road, leaving behind a beacon of hope and compassion. The inn fades into the distance, a symbol of refuge in a world in desperate need of kindness. Dust swirls on the road, the sun beating down as Jesus concludes his story. His words hang in the air, heavy with unspoken meaning. Jesus turns his gaze towards the lawyer, his eyes piercing and intense. The lawyer shifts, caught in the weight of Jesus' unwavering stare. A silent challenge passes between them on the desolate, sun-baked road. Under a relentless sun, Jesus stands on a dusty road, the air shimmering with oppressive heat. He faces a small gathering, his figure a beacon of calm against the harsh, unforgiving landscape. His voice rings out, clear and resonant. "Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor?" The crowd listens intently, their faces etched with curiosity and anticipation. The question hangs in the air, challenging their understanding of compassion and fellowship. In the heart of a bustling crowd, a lawyer stands, a stoic figure amidst the sea of faces. His gaze sweeps across the multitude, searching, discerning, as if seeking a single, crucial face. A profound truth hangs in the air as he speaks, his voice cutting through the murmur. "The one who showed him mercy," the lawyer declares, the weight of his words settling over the crowd. A hush falls as the crowd absorbs the gravity of his statement, each person contemplating the meaning of mercy. Under the relentless sun on a dusty road, Jesus nods, his expression a serene beacon of understanding. His eyes reflect an ocean of compassion, cutting through the harshness of the arid landscape. Each line on his face tells a story of empathy, etched deeply by countless encounters. A gentle breeze stirs the dust around him, a silent witness to his unwavering resolve. "Go and do likewise," he commands, his voice resonating with a profound yet simple truth. His words hang in the air, a challenge and an invitation to mirror his selfless love. A collective murmur ripples through the crowd, their faces etched with thoughtful contemplation under the blazing sun. The dusty road stretches into the distance, a silent witness to the shared story. As the sun dips, the sky ignites in fiery hues, casting long, dancing shadows that stretch and sway. The air vibrates with unspoken emotions as each person absorbs the profound message. A sense of unity settles over the crowd, bound together by the story's lingering resonance. The camera ascends, revealing a breathtaking, star-strewn sky above the dusty road. Each star twinkles like a distant memory, echoing through the vast expanse of the night. The silent road stretches into the starlit horizon, promising an endless journey. A profound sense of compassion and love pervades the scene, eternal and boundless.